Okay, so for this design, we're going to be using a 24-inch pine wreath base. I have just taken and squished it down a little bit, giving me a little bit more of an oval shape. You can leave it round if you don't want to do the oval shape, but I just like that it will elongate it a little bit more. So we are not using mesh for this design. I'm going to let some of my pine show. We're going to be covering it up with a lot of picks and sprays and ribbons and all the things. So I'm not going to use it, but you definitely can use it as a filler. What I am going to do though is I have this tinsel ribbon in the shop, and so we're just going to take that and we're going to treat it a little bit like mesh. So we're just going to create some loops and just twist the pine around it. So I'm going to go right in the center. Okay, I'm going to go and create another loop. Now I'm not measuring. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. Okay, we'll do one or two more with you guys, and then I'm going to do the rest of the wreath and we'll come back. But I'm just gathering it, twisting it in between two of our ties. And you can see how we're getting some little loops. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way around and then we will be right back. Okay, so I have gone all the way around with that. Just give us a little bit of filler in there. We're going to get our sign added. So we're going to use this Mardi Gras sign. It's a large one. And we're going to get it attached to our wreath here. Now, it does have two hooks on the top. I went ahead and just added a cable tied mount down to the bottom. Add a little bit of glue on there. I super glued it, but I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue on there. So we're going to get this added to our wreath. Now, I think I want it a little catty corner just because I usually like to do my signs catty cornered. I don't make a lot of wreaths with signs, but I thought for Mardi Gras this would be fun. So I'm going to take two of our really long pipe cleaners. So we do have these in the shop now. We've got them in a gray and a natural color, but they are the really long pipe cleaners. And I love using these long ones because you can get all the way through the wreath. So I'm going to get these twisted on there. So I forget how long these pipe cleaners are. I think they are, let's see. They are about 20 inches. So they're pretty long. Okay. So let me get these top ones. I'm going to go through the wire here. Tie it around that ring. I don't want to tie it too tight. Maybe just make sure it's actually going around the ring. It is. I don't want to tie it too tight because I don't want our sign to be smooshed down into our wreath. Okay, now let's get our bow added. I think we're going to do a nice big juicy bow right about here. So I'm going to set this aside. Let's get my handy dandy bow maker out. Okay, I'm going to go in with this 4-inch Mardi Gras. I'm going to give it about, a 16-inch tail. We can cut it down, but I want to leave it long enough for now. We're going to make these loops about 8 inches. It's going to be a nice big bow. just going to do one loop of this ribbon. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with this tinsel ribbon, and I'm going to give us a tail up towards the top. I'm going to cut this a little straighter, and we'll just give it a fold under. And then let's go in about an inch shorter, so probably around 7 inches. And I'm going to cut that a little bit longer so I have room to fold it under. I want this one a little bit longer so when I fold the ends under, it'll be about the same length as the other one. Okay. I'm going to fold it once we get it on the wreath. Okay. The last ribbon, we'll use a 1.5 inch. And I'm going to go in about an inch shorter. And let me see if I want to do 2. Yeah, I think we'll do 2 loops. Okay, let's get our pipe cleaner and a zip tie. Go in with my zip tie. You can use a pipe cleaner if you want to just use a pipe cleaner. I feel like I can get a tighter grip with my zip tie. And then I'm going to run this pipe cleaner through the back. Let's get our wreath back up here. And we're going to just get this twisted off in here. Twisting it right around that ring. And while I have this turned over, I'm going to clip the zip ties from where we tied the sign in. Okay, now we have our nice big juicy bow attached. I am going to leave the tails long until we get done decorating it, and then we can cut them down. So I'm going to probably add a little half bow over on this side. Try to see where I want it. I think I want it up here. So I am just taking and folding this ribbon into a loop. just like that, and pinching. And then I'm going to get 2 ties and twist around that. Trying to see if I like that. I'm thinking instead of a bow, we're just going to do it as a tail. So I'm going to give this a dovetail. We might cut that down shorter, but let's get our other ribbons added. I'm just going in, twisting it. I'm cutting this one longer so we can fold under the ends. Okay, let's get our gold one. Now maybe for the gold we do a little bow. I don't want to cover up our sign, so I think the tail will go up. Sorry about that, y'all. Let me put my my do not disturb on. Okay, and I think on this side, I'm gonna do, let's take this, maybe this little piece. Let's see if it's too short. Yeah, that's gonna be too short. Let's take just a piece of this and just do a small tail over on this side. Now, I'm not going to measure. I'm just putting it in there. We have this little piece that we took out earlier. So we'll get it added in there. And then a piece of this. Again, I'm not measuring, I'm just putting it in there, and we'll cut it down to size once we get our picks and sprays and embellishments all in there. I know I can cut it a little bit because it's kind of long. But we'll just leave it. I'm just rolling under the ends on this one. But we'll leave the tails to cut until we're done with the design. Okay, so got our ribbon, got our sign. Let's go in with our, I think we're going to go in with our poinsettias. So we just have a few of these left in the shop, so use If you don't have poinsettias or you can't find them, you can just use a large ornament, like a large purple ornament. If you have the jewels, that would be pretty in here. I think I'm going to take and put one right here. Okay, and I went kind of at a diagonal into that pine so it's not going straight through our wreath. And then let's get the other one. I'm dropping stuff, y'all. I think I'm going to put it right there. And after that glue dries a second, I can go in and just twist some of the pine around that stem. Just to give it a little extra support. That one's in there pretty good, so I don't think I'm going to mess with that one. This one, I'm just going to wrap a couple of the pine branches right around that stem. And then hit it with some glue. Okay. Okay, so we have that in there so far. Now let's get our ornaments added. So I didn't bring in the really large ones. I brought in these little glitter ornaments. Thought they were really pretty. So I think I want one. Let me flip the wreath back this way. Thinking one right there, back behind our bow. Okay, I just stuck that right there. Let's zoom you guys out just a little bit. So perhaps you guys can see a little bit more. This is going to be a large wreath. So I'll do my best to keep you guys in view. So let's get another one. Now moving into 2025, the frontal view is primarily the view that you guys are going to be seeing. I'm going to be reserving the overhead and easel views primarily for our membership group. I will do that some in here as well. But I do want to provide some perks for our members. So if you are not a member of our VIP membership group, be checking the announcements. In January, I'll be opening the new group. We're going to have some fun new things going on in 2025, so I'm super excited about that. Okay, I'm trying to find where I just cut that hanger off, and I'm not seeing it, so I did a really good job. So we're just going to add glue. I'm going to get this one added sort of on the other side of the poinsettia. Then we're going to go diagonal. And we're going to add our last one right up in here. Now, if you don't have Mardi Gras ornaments, which we do have some of these, I think, still in the shop, but if you have some purple ornaments that you're hanging on to, you can just use some purple ornaments. Catch those after Christmas sales. Okay, I'm going to go in right here with that one. Okay, so we have our 3 ornaments added. Okay, now let's go in. We have some of these really pretty sprays. Actually, I think I'm going to save those for the end. Let's add some of our filler. So I have some velvet leaves from another project we're going to add in, and then I've got those sprays. But let's get our filler added before we add those. So I'm just using some of these little glitter, not glitter, these little tinsel, these little tinsel sprays. And I'm just going to get those added kind of around the wreath. I love using these. They add some nice good filler. So I'm going to do a few, and then I'm going to speed this part up. But I'm just taking and going in the greenery. Let me get one where you guys can see. I'll do it this side. So I cut the stem down. Okay, and then I'm just going in the greenery. And then I'll fan them out. And that's going to help hide some of our pine. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way around the wreath doing that, and then we will be back. Okay, I have gone all the way around the outside. I want to add a few now towards the inside of our design. So I have used probably about, well, by the time we get done, it'll be about 15 of these. Again, I was not shy about using them, so I used a lot, but you can space them out so you don't have to use quite so many. I just used a lot, but you definitely don't have to. Okay, and I've got one more. I think I'm going to hang on to that for a second. So we have a couple of, I brought in this little ball spray. So I think we're going to cut these little balls off of here. Mardi Gras is always so fun and over the top. So you can add all the things and beads and whatever your heart's content, and you'll be good to go. So I'm going to just stick this green one right down sort of in the center of our bow. So it's kind of like our button. So I just stuck it right there. I'm just going to go around and find maybe where we've got a little hole. Maybe like right where we tied in the ribbon tails here will be a good spot. I'm going to add that orange one. Not orange. I just said orange. Gold. I'm going to add that gold one. Let's go in with a purple. Maybe right in there. Either right in there or right next. Go right there. Okay, I'm going to go right in the center of this one over here. Right in there. I'm just tucking these in little places. Let's cut up one more. We're going to use 2 of these. I'm just making my way around. Okay, I've gone all the way around the outside. Now let's add a couple towards the inside. I have a little green, a little space. Look at this small green one. I have this little piece of green showing right in there, so that'll hide that. Trying to see where I want the other ones. I'm gonna hang on to the other. We got 2 left. Let me get our sprays added. Okay, now I want to go in. I have some of these leafy velvet leaf sprays left from another project. I think we do have these still in the shop, but I'm just going to pull the leaves off, and we're going to one by one get these added in various places. I think we're going to go up underneath our bow. Okay, so I added 3 around that bow. Now let's go on this little half bow. And let's get some added. I'm gonna cut the stem down. Okay, we have 1 more. I'm going to get it added up under here. Just kind of peeking out a little bit. There we go. Okay, now we're going to cut up our glitter sprays. So I've got 2 cut up. We're going to start going around the outside now and just adding these in here. Now, I'm pushing them down in our greenery so that it's staying kind of in line with our perimeter. I don't want them sticking way out here, having its own little party. So we're really tucking them down in there, okay? So I'm going in to my wreath and pushing that in there so that we're staying in line. Okay, so I'm just gonna alternate the colors. Try not to burn yourself like I just did. Okay, and I'm spacing them fairly a good amount apart just because we're only using 2 of these. So I want to make sure we have enough to go all the way around. Okay, I've gone all the way around and I have a couple pieces left, so let me get a green one. I'm going to try to see if I want any towards the center here. I think we'll go right up underneath that flower. Okay. Now I have another one of these that we held on to, and I think it needs to go right in here. Kind of have a little bit of a hole. Okay, and I have two little ornament pieces, or I mean little ornament balls. I think I'm going to stick this one here. Cover up that little spot. So I'm just covering up some of the little spots I see. I think it's turned out pretty good. I think we are about done. I think I'm going to put that one right there. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do now is cut down our tails over here, give them a dovetail. Now that we have our picks and sprays in, we can see, like on this one, I don't even need to cut this side down to give it a dovetail. Now this one here, we will need to cut down. Because we don't want our tail sticking too far outside of our design. And this purple, just going to fold it. We have finished our big, beautiful Mardi Gras wreath. Isn't that super fun? I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new to my channel, we would love to have you subscribe. Hit that little notification bell and you'll be notified every time we have new tutorials. So until next time, bye y'all.